also gives us strength in the world. We aren't any old country. We are a special country, one whose language, whose values, whose influence is felt the world over. If I felt that remaining in the European Union diminished us, I would recommend that we voted to leave. But it doesn't. It amplifies our power. When we're in these organizations, we become an even bigger force in the world, with a bigger influence in the world. And in the European Union, with 27 countries behind us, we can take a stronger lead in tackling climate change, fighting disease and poverty, standing up to Russian aggression, helping friends around the world in Southeast Asia, Australasia, the Caribbean. And we can promote and preserve the values we hold so dear, like democracy, like freedom, like tolerance. That's how our extraordinary country has always made its influence felt. Not by walking away from the world, but by engaging with it. Brits don't quit. We get involved, we take a lead, we make a difference, we get things done. If we left, our neighbors would go on meeting and making decisions that profoundly affect us, affect our country, affect our jobs, but we wouldn't be there. They would be making decisions about us, but without us. Above all, being a member of the European Union is about our economic security. The reason I came into politics was to help people to lead a better life, to get a good job, to earn a fair wage, have the chance to own a home, to provide for your family and for your retirement. That's why the thing I've focused on most these past 6 years in that building is sorting out our economy. Now, I know I haven't got every decision right, and I know everyone has not been happy. Not everyone has been happy with what I've done. But of this, I am convinced. Indeed, of this, every living Prime Minister, whether Labour or Conservative, is convinced. Britain is better off inside the EU than out on our own. At the heart of that is the single market. 500 million customers on our doorstep, a source of so many jobs, so much trade, and such a wealth of opportunity for our young people. Leaving the EU would put all of that at risk. Expert after expert, independent advisors, people whose job it is to warn prime ministers, have said it would shrink our economy. In the short term, facing recession. In the medium term, enduring a decade of uncertainty. And in the long term, living with fewer jobs, lower wages, and higher prices. These are risks to our families, and we should not take them. In particular, it will be future generations, the apprentices and the graduates starting out in life, the children learning in our schools, those yet to be born. They are the hardest. And it's for that reason I want to speak very directly to those of my generation and older. I know Europe isn't perfect. Believe me, I understand and I see those frustrations. I feel them myself. That's why we negotiated and enhanced our special status. Out of the euro, keeping our borders, not involved in ever closer union, we have the best of both worlds. So as you take this decision, whether to remain or leave, do think about the hopes and dreams of your children and grandchildren. They know their chances to work, to travel, to build the sort of open and successful society they want to live in rests on this outcome. And remember, they can't undo the decision we take. If we vote out, that's it. It is irreversible. We will leave Europe for good. And the next generation will have to live with the consequences far longer than the rest of us. For the next 2 days, up and down the country, in homes, in pubs, in the staff room at work, on the train on the way home, the conversations will continue, in or out. But on Thursday, those conversations will stop. It will just be you in that polling booth, just you taking a decision that will affect your future, your children's future, your grandchildren's future. I believe very deeply from my years of experience that we will be stronger, we will be safer, we'll be better off inside Europe. To put it as clearly as I can, our economic security is paramount. It is stronger if we stay. If we leave, we put it at risk. That is a risk to jobs, a risk to families, a risk to our children's future, and there is no going back. So this Thursday, remember who we are as a nation. Remember how far we've come and how much more we can achieve. And for you, for your family, for the future of our country, vote Remain. Thank you.